Hey, and welcome. If you're ready to really transform how your team handles checks and inspections, you are in exactly the right place. We're about to do a deep dive into Safely's most powerful tool, smart forms and checklists. And by the end of this, you'll have everything you need to become an expert and bring some serious clarity to your operations. So, let's start with something that probably sounds a little too familiar. Are you still chasing down paper forms? Trying to make sense of messy spreadsheets? Or maybe you're stuck with some old school tools that just let you tick a box but don't give you any real proof. It's not just frustrating, it's a real hidden risk for your business. Well, it is absolutely time to leave that chaos behind. Safely Smart Forms are built from the ground up to bring structure, solid evidence, and total clarity to your work. We're talking about turning a massive headache into a smooth, simple part of your daily routine. All right, let's get into it and see exactly how this tool takes that messy, paper-based process and turns it into a streamlined, digital system that's always ready for an audit.
Okay, to really get a handle on how smart forms work, you just need to understand three core ideas. Think of this as the blueprint for the entire system.
Everything follows a really simple flow. It all starts with designing a reusable template. Then, from that template, you create a live form for your team to use. And every single time they fill out that form, it becomes a submission. Template, form, submission. Let's quickly break each one down. First up, the template. Seriously, think of this as your master blueprint. You design it one time, you set up all the questions, you decide what kind of answers you need, text, photos, signatures, and you lay it all out. This way, your standards are locked in and used the same way every time. Next up is the form itself. This is the actual live checklist your team sees and fills out. You just create it from your master template, and then you can assign it to specific people or locations. This is their day-to-day tool. And here is the payoff, the submission. Each time a form gets completed, it creates this permanent time-stamped record. You know exactly who did it and when. This is what builds your automatic, rock-solid digital audit trail. So now that you get the blueprint, let's walk through just how easy it is to actually build, assign, and get a form out to your team. Building your template is super intuitive. You just head over to the template section, give your new template a name, and start dragging and dropping the fields you need. Text boxes, signature pads, date pickers, you name it, it's there. You can also make certain fields required, which means you always get the critical info you need, no exceptions. Once your template is saved, deploying a live form literally takes seconds. You just create a new form from that template, give it a specific name like, say, Weekly Fire Check for Site A, and then assign it to the right people. And that's it. You're live. Okay, this next part is so important. A system can be powerful, but if it's a pain to use, nobody will use it. So we've made it incredibly simple for your frontline teams to get their work done. They've got two really easy ways to complete their checks. For all those routine, daily checks, your team can just open a form right from their main dashboard. It's fast, it's easy, but, and this is key, for the really critical stuff, you can link a form directly to a task. When you do that, the only way to complete the task is to submit the form. This gives you amazing flexibility and control. And that task linking feature, it's a total game changer. It completely gets rid of those empty done ticks, where you're left wondering if the work actually got done. This way, you have a guarantee. If a task is marked complete, you have the proof right there to back it up. So now you're collecting all this high-quality, verifiable evidence. But the real magic happens when you start to use that data. Safeties becomes your single source of truth, where you can prove compliance, investigate any issues, and spot some really powerful opportunities to get even better. Every single form your team submits is automatically captured and organized in one central place, the Submitted Forms Register. Say goodbye to digging through filing cabinets or searching endless email chains. Everything you need is right at your fingertips. And from that central hub, you're in complete control. You can filter submissions by date, by location, by form type, whatever you need. You can pop open any record to see all the details, add a manager's digital sign-off, or export the data for audits and reports. But it's not just about storing records. It's about understanding what they mean. And that is where the Forms Reporting Dashboard comes in, to give you some powerful analytics. Right away, you can see trends. Are completion rates dipping at Site B? Are we consistently missing a particular check on Fridays? You can spot these patterns instantly, which lets you stop just reacting to problems and start proactively managing your operations, putting your energy where it's needed most. So what's the bottom line? What does all this actually mean for the business? Well, you're looking at way less time wasted on admin, much higher consistency across the board, an ironclad defense for any audit, and the ability to confirm corrective actions have been taken almost in real time. Really, it all comes down to this. You get to move away from that old world of manually chasing down paperwork and proof. Instead, you have a system that automatically captures audit-ready evidence for you, just as a natural part of your team's everyday workflow. And there you have it. That's the full blueprint for mastering safely smart forms. You've seen how to go from paper chaos to digital clarity, how to build and deploy forms in just minutes, and how to turn daily work into powerful business intelligence. So really, the only question left is, what are you going to build first?